The U.S. plans to launch a $553 million project to build a deep-sea shipping container terminal in Sri Lanka as it competes with China in development financing. Colombo, Sri Lanka. The United States on Wednesday announced a $553 million project to build a deepwater shipping container terminal at Sri Lanka's Colombo port as it competes with China in international development financing. The project is billed as providing critical infrastructure for South Asian country that has potential to transform Colombo into a world-class logistics hub at intersection of major shipping routes and emerging markets. According to U.S. International Development Finance Agency, the announcement comes at a time when Sri Lanka is trying to recover from a serious financial and economic crisis. DFC will provide a direct loan to the consortium developing the terminal, which is 51% owned by Adani Ports Special Economic Zones Limited, India's largest port operator. The other partners are Sri Lanka's John Keel's Holdings, which holds a 34% stake, and the Sri Lanka Ports Authority with the remaining 15%. Nathan said that with loan, Sri Lanka would be the second biggest risk to his organization in Indo-Pacific region after India. It is a high priority for United States to be active in Indo-Pacific region, he told reporters in Colombo after visiting site of new terminal. DFC was established 5 years ago in response to Beijing's massive global infrastructure building campaign known as the Belt and Road Initiative. In this way, Beijing has invested tens of billions of dollars each year to build roads, railways, ports and airports, often in developing countries, to promote trade and goodwill towards China. Some of these projects have sparked controversy, including the Hambantota port on Sri Lanka's southeast coast. Sri Lanka borrowed heavily from China to build the port as well as other infrastructure, including an airport and a city built on reclaimed land. The projects failed to generate enough revenue to repay the loans, and Sri Lanka leased the port in Hambantota, China in 2017. Sri Lanka's multi-billion-dollar debts to Beijing have hindered efforts to resolve its financial woes, and are often cited as evidence by critics of the Belt and Road Initiative who claim China is engaging in debt trap diplomacy. The Chinese government denies such accusations. The debt trap argument was concocted to disrupt and undermine China's cooperation with developing countries. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin said at a daily briefing on Tuesday, both neighboring India and China are vying for influence in Sri Lanka, and both have already invested in expanding facilities at the Colombo port. India is concerned about increasing Chinese presence on the island, which is located on one of world's busiest shipping routes and which it sees as India's strategic backyard. Colombo Port also has a terminal operated by China Merchants Port Holdings, another Chinese project. A Luxor